The rain fell in heavy sheets across the city as Yancey O'Connor sprinted the last block toward his daughter's school, puddles splashing against his worn work boots. He was already 15 minutes late for pickup, his construction site supervisor having kept the crew overtime to finish a critical foundation pour. As he rounded the corner, he spotted his 8-year-old daughter Lily sitting alone on a bench under the school's covered entrance, her small backpack clutched to her chest, eyes scanning the street anxiously. "Daddy." She called out when she spotted him, her face lighting up despite the dreary weather. "I'm so sorry, sweetie," Yancey said, kneeling down to hug her, not caring that his already soaked clothes were dripping onto the concrete. "Mr. Gaines needed us to finish before the storm got worse." "It's okay," Lily said with a maturity that sometimes broke his heart. Ever since his wife had died 3 years ago, Lily had adapted to their new reality with a resilience that amazed him daily. "Miss Peterson stayed with me. She just went inside to get something." Yancey nodded gratefully. He'd have to thank Lily's teacher for staying late again. Being a single father working construction meant he was constantly juggling schedules, and sometimes the pieces didn't quite fit together. "Ready to make a run for it?" he asked, nodding toward the bus stop a block away. Their car had broken down last week, and the repair bill would have to wait until next payday. As they prepared to dash through the downpour, a woman's voice called out behind them. "Excuse me." Yancey turned to see a woman hurrying toward them, one hand clutching a designer handbag over her head in a futile attempt to shield herself from the rain. Despite the weather, she was dressed impeccably in what even Yancey's untrained eye could recognize as expensive clothing, a tailored navy blue blazer over a crisp white blouse, paired with matching trousers. What struck him most, however, were her eyes, a warm amber color that somehow seemed both authoritative and kind. "I'm so sorry to bother you," she said, slightly breathless. "My phone died, and my driver seems to have gotten confused about the pickup location. I was supposed to meet with the school principal about a donation, but she had to leave for an emergency. Would you mind if I used your phone to call my driver? I'd be incredibly grateful." Yancey hesitated only briefly before fishing his phone from his pocket. It was an older model with a cracked screen, and he felt a twinge of embarrassment as he handed it to her. "The screen's a bit damaged, but it works fine," he explained. "Thank you so much," she said with genuine relief, taking the phone carefully. "I'm Chloe, by the way, Chloe Addington." "Yancey O'Connor," he replied, "and this is my daughter, Lily." Chloe smiled warmly at Lily. "Hello there, that's a very pretty name." Lily beamed, instantly charmed. "Thank you, I like your shoes." Chloe laughed, glancing down at her designer heels, now thoroughly splashed with rainwater. "They're not particularly practical for this weather, I'm afraid." As she dialed a number, Yancey noticed her perfectly manicured nails and the subtle but unmistakable diamond watch adorning her wrist. This woman clearly moved in circles far removed from his daily struggles of making rent and stretching groceries to last until payday. "James." "Yes, it's me. My phone died." "No, I'm still at Westbrook Elementary." She paused, listening. "The main entrance, yes. How soon can you get here?" Another pause. "Perfect, thank you." She handed the phone back to Yancey with a grateful smile. "He'll be here in 5 minutes. Thank you again, Mr. O'Connor. You've saved me from what could have been a very long, very wet walk." "Happy to help," Yancey said, pocketing his phone. "We should probably get going if we want to catch our bus. In this rain, please let me give you a ride," Chloe offered immediately. "It's the least I can do." Yancey's pride wanted to refuse, but a glance at Lily's soaked shoes made the decision for him. "That's very kind of you, thank you." They waited together under the school's awning, making small talk that somehow flowed more easily than Yancey would have expected between two strangers from such different worlds. "So you're in construction?" Chloe asked after Yancey mentioned his delayed workday. "Site foreman," he nodded. "I've been with Meridian Builders for about 6 years now." "Meridian? They're doing the renovation on the old Parkside district, aren't they?" Yancey raised his eyebrows, surprised by her knowledge. That's us. It's a good project turning those abandoned warehouses into affordable housing units. I've been following that development, Chloe said, her eyes lighting up with genuine interest. The architectural plans maintain the historical facades while completely modernizing the interiors, right? Before Yancey could ask how she knew so much about his current project, a sleek black SUV pulled up to the curb. A uniformed driver emerged with an umbrella, hurrying around to open the passenger door. Miss Addington, the driver said with a respectful nod. James, this is Mr. O'Connor and his daughter Lily. We're giving them a ride home. The driver simply nodded, extending his umbrella to cover all three of them as they made their way to the vehicle. Lily's eyes widened as she climbed into the luxurious interior. Wow, she whispered, running her small hand over the soft leather seat. This is a really nice car, Yancey said, feeling immediately out of place as he settled in, conscious of his rain-soaked clothes on the pristine upholstery. Where to, sir? James asked, meeting Yancey's eyes in the rearview mirror. Mapleton Apartments on 23rd Street, Yancey replied, trying not to feel embarrassed about directing this luxury vehicle to his modest neighborhood. As they drove, Chloe engaged Lily in conversation, asking about school and her favorite subjects. Yancey watched in quiet amazement as his normally shy daughter animatedly told this elegant stranger about her science project on butterflies and her dream of becoming a veterinarian. You know, Chloe said, I have a friend who runs the city zoo's conservation program. They have a behind-the-scenes tour where kids can learn about animal care. Perhaps you'd be interested sometime? Lily's eyes grew wide. Really, Dad, could we go? Yancey hesitated, knowing such excursions typically came with price tags beyond his budget. We'll see, sweetheart. Chloe seemed to sense his reservation. They occasionally offer community outreach days for local schools, she added smoothly. I'd be happy to let you know when the next one is scheduled. The remainder of the ride passed quickly, and soon they were pulling up in front of Yancey's apartment, building a weathered but decent complex where he'd managed to maintain a stable home for Lily since Emily's passing. Thank you for the ride, Yancey said sincerely as they prepared to exit. You really saved us from getting completely drenched. It was my pleasure, Chloe replied. Then, after a brief hesitation, she reached into her purse and extracted a business card. If you're ever interested in that zoo tour for Lily, or if you need anything else, please don't hesitate to call. Yancey accepted the card, noticing the embossed lettering. Chloe Addington, CEO, Addington Development Corporation. He recognized the name immediately, one of the largest real estate development firms in the state, known for both luxury projects and community revitalization efforts. You're that Addington? He asked, unable to hide his surprise. A flicker of something, perhaps wariness, crossed her face before she smiled. Just Chloe is fine. Lily had already bounded out of the car under the umbrella James held for her. Yancey followed, turning back briefly. Thanks again, Miss Addington. Chloe, she corrected gently. And really, please do call about that zoo tour. Lily seems like a wonderful girl. As the SUV pulled away, Yancey stood in the rain-washed evening light, the business card still in his hand, wondering about the strange intersection of lives that had just occurred. 2 days later, Yancey was carefully reviewing blueprints when his phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. Hello, Mr. O'Connor. This is Chloe Addington. I hope you don't mind that I kept your number from when I called my driver. The zoo is having a special preview of their new conservation center this Saturday. Would Lily be interested? You're both welcome as my guests. Yancey stared at the message, uncertain how to respond. Part of him, the proud part, wanted to politely decline. Another part recognized the genuine excitement Lily would feel at such an opportunity. After some consideration, he typed, That's very kind of you. Lily would be thrilled. Are you sure it's not an imposition? The response came quickly, not at all. I'll be there anyway for the funding announcement. It would be nice to have company who's actually interested in the animals rather than the photo opportunities. 10 a.m. at the main entrance. We'll be there. Thank you. Saturday morning found Yancey and Lily waiting outside the zoo's main gates. He dressed in his best casual clothes, clean jeans without any wear marks, and a button-down shirt he usually reserved for parent-teacher conferences. Lily wore her favorite dress, her hair neatly